matter 22 PR36 in the estate of Harold Bechtel. Appearances here today, we have appearing in person, John Bechtel, Rhonda Dahlgren, Lori Carnell. We also, those appear in person. We have appearing by video conferencing, Lori Carnell and Sherry Smith, along with counsel Wade Pittman. We're set today in this matter on a hearing request or a motion filed by Mr. Bechtel. He is requesting that the court review the duties and reviewing the actions of the personal representative, Ms. Smith. Mr. Bechtel, I have reviewed your letter and your information, but for the record, you have the floor, and so you can make your statements on the record at this time.
I'm requesting the removal of Sherry Smith as personal representative due to her lack of all prudent and responsible actions.
Okay, so we're going to need to have some testimony with that, and so if you're going to provide your own, be a witness for yourself, if Ms.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're going to dive into a probate courtroom clash that starts off calm, but quickly shows signs of rising tension. As the judge lays out the motion and hands the floor to Mr. Bechtel, you can already sense this won't be an ordinary review hearing. The moment he begins speaking, it's clear he's here to challenge everything about how the estate has been handled.
Dahlgren is going to do so as well. I'm not sure who all would be making statements or not making statements, who will be testifying. But so I'm going to have Ms. Smith and Ms. Carnell, as well as both of you, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. So, Mr. Bechtel, this is your case, so you may call your first witness, which could include yourself.
Yeah, I call myself. I want to remove on she has not been truthful or impartial to anyone. She did not provide inventory of my father's possessions or assets to anybody. Failed to give accounting or liquidation of items or expenditures. Her or lawyer can't even tell me what is in the trust. For example, life insurance policies, stocks, bonds, safety deposit boxes, etc. She refused to sell me or Rhonda, anything. She didn't ask us, especially the guns. We offered to buy the guns, and no, she apparently shipped them all back to Missouri by some means.
In this section, we watch as Mr. Bechtel becomes his own witness, laying out a list of grievances that paint a picture of deep mistrust. He claims the personal representative failed to provide basic inventory, withheld accounting, and moved assets without transparency. His frustration builds as he describes missing items, unshared valuations, and the mysterious shipment of the guns to Missouri.
She never even got an appraisal on the property. I don't even know if she even got my father a headstone. Did she even pay the guardian ad litem? Is there any accountability for what she's supposedly sold? I've never received anything.
So all I'm hearing is a bunch of questions.
Yes, I've got questions.
So you don't have, I hear that you have a lot of questions, but I don't hear that you have any personal knowledge that things have been done incorrectly or fraudulently, or that she's violated anything. You're just saying that you haven't been provided certain information, or you're wondering what she's doing. That's
yes.
What I'm hearing.
Yes, I would like to know that for sure. Her actions in front of us, she brought her mother up here with her to go through my father's things. He's been divorced from her for 50 plus years. I mean, what kind of actions are those?
Okay, so.
Yeah,
things.
and the 5-hour sale.
To say you can't talk to him. You're not testifying. He's testifying. You'll get a chance to say whatever you want to. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Okay. So
Yes. Her estate's 5-hour estate sale that she had was a complete joke. Nothing was pulled out of the garage. You couldn't even see what she was trying to sell. Nothing was priced. And then she picked up and left everything set out, garage open, unsecured. She loaded up, I don't know how many items in her vehicle, along with other.
Here, the tension escalates when Bechtel shifts to the estate sale, describing it as chaotic, unorganized, and unsecured. He argues that valuable property was left exposed. Items were loaded into vehicles without clarity, and nothing was properly priced. From his perspective, this wasn't an estate sale. It was a disaster that raised even more questions about accountability and oversight.
The other heirs, which, a lot of things were personal effects, which really didn't bother me. But that in itself was a disgrace.
All right. So those are your issues.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Pittman, do you have questions for Mr. Bechtel?
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Mr. Bechtel, you understand I represent the estate and not necessarily the personal representative, correct?
No, I wasn't, by what you've stated in the past.
Have there been emails back and forth between me and you in the past?
Yes, sir, there has.
And so you're saying that I have not.
And first you stated.
Let him talk.
Sorry.
And then you talk, and he'll ask, and you answer.
Are you living at your dad's property right now?
No, Mr. Pittman, I'm not.
And have you, in the past, have you put up a sign that said that and refused access to the property to real estate agents?
No, sir.
When did you vacate the property?
What was it?
Again.
Friday, Mr. Pittman. But this past Friday.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to zip it one more time, okay? Otherwise, you have to sit outside. You're not here testifying.
I didn't say anything.
There's some lady speaking. Some ladies answering questions, and I'm hearing under breath. Mr. Bechtel, you just vacated this past Friday?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this past Friday, Mr. Pittman.
Thank you. That's great to hear. You don't have any real personal knowledge of anything that Miss Smith has done. You don't believe that she's stolen anything from the estate?
Only from what my father has told me and other family members.
This part flips the spotlight as Attorney Pittman begins cross-examining Bechtel, challenging the foundation of his claims. He questions Bechtel's access to the home, his recent occupancy, and whether he has any first-hand proof of wrongdoing. The judge steps in multiple times to maintain order, highlighting how tense this exchange becomes as Pittman pushes for concrete evidence.
Your father's dead, right? So he can't speak unless he's speaking from the grave, right?
Sorry, Your Honor. Just from family members, Mr. Pittman.
And
Nothing personal that I saw besides at the sale, which was hers to take anyway.
sorry, I misunderstood the answer. So do you believe that she has stolen anything from the estate since your dad has passed and since she has been appointed as personal representative?
No, Mr. Pittman.
Are there still valuables at your dad's your deceased dad's residence?
Yes, sir.
Are they actually of any value?
Yes, sir.
And is Miss Smith able to go up there and sell anything that's still there with value?
Absolutely.
Do you still have access to the property? Do you still have a key?
I do, sir.
But you are not planning on moving back into the property?
I am not, no.
Or your spouse?
No, sir.
Why an extension was taken on the inventory?
Not exactly. The only inventory that I received was the one that me and my wife sent you copies of.
Did you make any offer to Miss Smith or my office to purchase the property?
No, sir. Yeah. I thought that's what me and you were trying to do. And
do you understand? Did you make a written offer to Miss Smith or my office about purchasing the property?
no, Mr. Pittman, because I wasn't aware of what it was even worth.
Momentum continues as Pittman digs deeper into the specifics, remaining valuables, access keys, property offers, and the disputed inventory list. The goal becomes clear: separate emotional frustration from factual foundation. Bechtel admits key areas where he lacks documentation, adding pressure to his earlier claims and raising new questions about what the estate truly holds.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Miss Smith, do you have any particular questions for Mr. Bechtel?
No.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Bechtel, after being questioned by Mr. Pittman, do you have any other evidence or testimony you want to provide to the court?
I think I've provided everything I've had to you, Your Honor.
So I can understand exactly in a list form, what do you question? I know you said the GAL fees, the estate sale, the inventory. What other things other than those three?
Just the accountability of what she has done thus far.
So what do you mean by accountability?
What she sold everything for, what she sold my father's vehicles for, all his property that was sold at the estate. What was it?
So
what was its value?
For a list or a ledger or something of that with this was sold for
I
this
am.
price?
Yes, Your Honor. And I've asked for it and have not received anything.
All right. Mr. Pittman, based upon my questioning of Mr. Bechtel, do you have additional questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Bechtel, would you like to have anyone else provide testimony here today, such as Ms. Dahlgren?
Yes, Your Honor, if she wants to.
All right, you can ask Ms. Dahlgren questions. This is your motion, so you have to ask her questions.
The judge steps back in, narrowing the focus and asking for a clear breakdown of Bechtel's concerns. Items like GL fees, the estate sale, and missing inventory are clarified. Bechtel concludes he has provided everything he can, prompting the judge to call the next witness. A shift begins here as the court prepares to hear supporting or contradicting testimony from someone directly involved.
Mrs. Dahlgren, how were you treated when you asked to purchase the guns from Sherry?
When we arrived at the house, my son and I, my oldest son, we actually weren't even greeted. We sort of went out and were roaming through the garage looking for personal things that were my mother's. And after we took out some personal things and loaded some things in the car, my son gave Sherry some money for a couple things that weren't personal items. And then I proceeded to ask about the guns. My stepdad had many guns and rifles, and she said that her attorney told her that she couldn't sell them. She had to take them back to Missouri, and they were already gone. And my son offered her $5,000 cash in hand to give her, and she said, no, they're not here, they're on their way to Missouri.
How many guns, what are we talking about?
My knowledge, I think it's like 17.
Oh, guns are crazy.
Well, some of them were antiques and had been in the family for years.
So, okay, Mr. Bechtel, do you have additional questions for Ms. Dahlgren?
How did the property look? Did I maintain and preserve the property that you saw? Did you see any? Was I neglecting the property whatsoever?
No, actually the property looked the best I had seen it in years, even when my mom was alive. So.
I don't know what else to ask, Your Honor. I have no further questions.
Thank you. Ms. Dahlgren, I have a couple. Is there any other property?
This is where the story expands through Dahlgren's testimony. She describes entering the home, discovering unpriced items, and being denied the chance to purchase the guns, despite a $5,000 cash offer. She alleges the firearms were already taken to Missouri, some valuable and antique. She also praises the property's condition under Bechtel, adding contrast to earlier accusations.
Other than the guns that you have issue with or you are concerned about?
Well, yes, because first of all, not everybody in the trust was informed that this sale was happening. There was no transparency, and there were vehicles. I mean, it's hard to know what was sold because we don't have a list of things. Vehicles, lawnmowers, there was all kinds of things sold prior to the start of the sale. And I mean, the garage is so packed with items, it's hard to really know what's in there.
Why? Because he threw the shit out.
Okay, I need to clarify, I guess, to make sure that we have your name correctly. It's Dahlgren?
Yeah, that's my maiden name. My name now is Dahlbeck, D-A-L-B-E-C.
Okay. And I thought I heard that you are a stepchild?
Yep,
And are you in the trust
Yes,
then? But
I am.
not, but you wouldn't be an heir under the, or are you an heir as well under the will? Okay. Because I was looking at the proof of heirship and I don't see her listed. But this the children, so okay.